to Ireland. My husband is distracting me, guys. I wish you could see him. He's dancing. Guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. My name is dinma.obialor. Today, I'm going to be bringing you one of the videos that you guys have requested for on this channel a lot. Without wasting so much time, let's just get right into the cocoa of the shora. Today, I'm going to be highlighting three major benefits that you and your kids get. Your kids actually, it's three major benefits your kids get that would actually go a long way to helping you financially if you're moving with your kids here to Ireland. Two of them are related to their education. One of them is basically just based on welfare. So I'm going to be giving you basically my experience with some of these benefits and how it really works real life here in Ireland. Okay. So number one on the list is a child benefits. Child benefits is actually one of the most popular and one reason why a lot of people who have kids find it a bit comfortable, not comfortable actually, easier here in Ireland. So as a parent who has a child below 16, you are entitled to 140 euros per month for each child you have here in Ireland, okay? So basically, for every child from 0 months to the age of 16, they pay you 140 euros per month as support for maintaining, for taking care of your child and general maintenance, okay? This is helpful with your finances, especially also if you have more than one child. If you have two kids, that's about 280. If you have three kids under 16, that's about, I don't know, I'm not good with math, but I'm good, you guys will do the math, but that's pretty much how it works. And basically they start counting the time you're being paid for from the moment you stepped into Ireland. So even if you apply for this child benefit after maybe 4 or 5 months, they would pay you in arrears. That means that they will just calculate all the months that you've been in Ireland that you probably did not apply for or you did not receive your payment for, and they would pay you. So you can imagine this is actually really, really nice if you can just get bulk money. Like, that's a good thing. And that money can go into your kids' college fund, the money can go into savings for your kids, you name it, whatever you want to do for your kids, that pretty much can go a long way in supporting your finances and your financial plans for your family. So another good thing about this child benefit is that the government has recently in the 2024 budget started discussions and the processes of trying to expand the age limit for this child benefit, which means that your child, if for kids below 18, so 0 to 18 years, they can receive this benefit. Okay, so that's even good. So they've expanded it from 16 to 18 years as long as your child is in school. All right, if your child is out of school, and I think if your child is already a graduate from secondary school, I don't think they'll be eligible. So your child has to be within the school age, and your child has to be living with you here in Ireland, have moved in with you here to Ireland. My husband is distracting me, guys. I wish you could see him. He's dancing. I have to have a serious face now. I have to go back to my serious face. So your child has to be living with you here in Ireland, and your child has to be living in the same house with you. That's the applicant. And I believe that you're supposed to also be staying with your spouse. Anyway, I'm going to be putting in the link below for you guys as usual, just giving you guys the resource to go read more on this child benefit. But this is something that everybody's entitled to as long as you are legally living with your child here in Ireland. So look forward to it. I mean, it's something, to be honest. It is something. Benefit. So number two I'm going to be talking about is the NCS scheme. NCS scheme, which is actually the National Child Care Scheme, is a scheme that has been created by the government to support childcare here in Ireland. And what this basically does is, depending on the discretion of the approving officer and maybe your financial situation in terms of like your household, your work situation, if you and your spouse are working and how many hours you both work, the government sort of like approves a certain level of, would I say, subsidized childcare fee for you. Okay, so basically, government pays part of your childcare fee. So how this works basically is that you go on a website for the NCS, yeah, I'm not going to say scheme again, but for the NCS, I'm going to put the link below and you can read a little bit about it both on the citizens website and on the main website. There's an application website where you click on, you go and apply for it, and you just fill in some feedback. If you're working, if your partner is working, how much you guys pay, how much extra, maybe cost you have, so that they can sort of weigh what you're earning and what to allocate to your kids. Okay, the first supposed to be 300 a week. You get like 4.5 per hour for 40 hours, and your child is actually doing 40 hours. um you sort of like get like 180 off. So I don't know. I'm trying to calculate in my head, but like about 180. So you can imagine 300 minus 180. At the end of the day, at the end of the month, you're probably cutting down your whole cost by half. Okay. And it also depends on how much your child's crèche or Montessori, whatever, is supposed to be paying. And this actually just helps you financially in terms of like not having to spend a lot of money on childcare. So there are two types. There's the universal one, and then there is the one that is calculated, and I'm not sure what it's called, but the calculated one literally just gives the sort of like examiner, or what I call them examiner, the whoever is in charge of like reviewing your documentation, the chance to sort of decide what rate you get and how many hours you get. Okay, so if you do the calculated one, which I suggest you try, and you get a bad rate, you can always go back, fall back, cancel that, and fall back to the universal one. So this helps a lot with childcare. And your child is eligible for the NCS until they are 5 years, which is actually a good way to subsidize, because by the time they're going to primary school, which they should be doing at 5 years, they would be they would pretty much just be ready for free school. So free school starts in primary school at 5 years. So there's free public school. That's if you want to take your child to the public school. Unless you want to take your child to the primary school, that's another conversation. And I don't know how that works. Okay. So yeah. So primary school, there's free school at 5 years, but up until 5 years, you get the NCS scheme, which helps you to subsidize your childcare. So that's the beauty of that. And I'm also going to be putting the link below, like I said, so that you guys can go check it out and see, read more about it and sort of like see how it's going to work for you if you're planning to come to Ireland or you're living in Ireland with your kids already. All right. So number three, I'm going to be sharing with you guys is the ECCE scheme. Okay, so the ECCE scheme is a lot like the NCS scheme. Um, the government actually gives you a particular number of hours free. Okay, uh, and the good thing about that is that you can also use it in conjunction with the NCS scheme. So you can use the both of them at the same time. The only I believe downside to the ECC scheme is that it doesn't work for holidays. Okay, so out of school hours, it doesn't apply for that basically. So after school and holiday period, so Christmas holidays, summer breaks, it doesn't apply for that. So for the ECC scheme, your child is eligible for this scheme from 2 years 8 months. So anything less than 2 years, 8 months, they are not eligible, so they probably would not get this. The good thing about it is that you can use it in conjunction with the NCS when your child is eligible. Yeah, so that's a very good thing. So if you're getting also subsidy on some hours and you're getting a few hours free, it sort of helps with your child care. Okay, so yeah, there are lots of things. Like, the good thing about this space is that the government is consistently trying their best, to be honest, considering certain locations. The government's actually consistently trying their best to support people. So things like the tax credits that we get, like we get the rental tax credit, and you get rental tax credit. If you're paying a mortgage, you get mortgage tax credit. You get the tax credit as an employee. If you are working in an organization. I mean, maybe I should do another video about this tax credit thing, but I'm not so good at it, to be honest. But just to let you guys know that those are some of the schemes and the things that the government does to like support you. When you come, I would suggest you do a lot of research, watch videos like this one that would help you sort of like know some of the advantages you could get to support you and your family while you're here in Ireland. And some of these things like help you to like figure out where your finances are going and all of that stuff. So definitely read more about that. Another thing I definitely want to let you guys know is that you can take, so I think for the child benefit one, you need to apply within a year. Okay. If you stay more than a year, then it's not applicable at all. But the good thing is that within that year, the longer you stay, the more you're compiling your money. So it's like they're keeping money for you. Okay. For all of these things, you need your child. You require that your child has a PPS number. So your child has to have a PPS number, which is sort of like an identity number here. Similar to having a national identity card. So that sort of is required for your child to be able to get access to all of these things. And I feel like why some of these things are not so limiting is because, unlike so many other countries who would say, "Oh, you do not have access to public fund if you are not, a citizen or a permanent resident," or all of that stuff. In Ireland, you have access to some major things if you're living here legally, and that is the beautiful part. They give you access to some of these benefits, and it just makes things way more easier, to be honest. I did a health check the other day, and I did it with a government approved company. I had to apply and all of that stuff, but it was accessible for me, and that was good. Okay, so definitely if you have any questions about any of these things I put out, I mean, you can put it in the comment section as usual. You know that I always welcome your questions, and as much as I can, I will answer, like, all of them. I make sure to respond to all of my comments. Okay, I make sure to respond to all of my comments, so I would definitely give you answers. If you have more questions, or if you think I should do any other video concerning benefits or anything and my experience, mostly my experience, because I'm not an expert in these things, guys, I would definitely do one or two for you. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, do hit the subscribe button, like, share, tell a friend about our channel, and share with someone you think is interested in coming to Ireland or is coming to Ireland soon. And till we see again on my channel, do enjoy the rest of your week. Okay? Mwah.